you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile, for they say you are taking the sunshine back.
The Adventures of Cowboy Jessie and Cowboy Earl by H.R. Hunsaker. Tonight's episode, The Mosh Pit.
Jessie spoke with the tone of a man who had had enough. Earl, it seems all we do anymore is save the ranch. With the brim of his hat low on his brow, Earl looked over at Jessie. Jess, these are hard times. People are losing their jobs, gasoline's high, electricity's through the roof. We got to do whatever it takes to keep the ranch going. But Earl, said Jessie, I'm tired of saving the ranch. I want to get back to being a cowboy. Earl knew that Jessie was in a delicate way, and had it not already been locked and loaded, he would have been too ashamed to continue, but the words were dead on and he couldn't control himself. Jessie, saving the ranch is what cowboys do. Jessie felt like he had just been gut-punched, but in his admiration for him, he let Earl bask in his own cleverness before he spoke. But a concert, Earl? Questioned Jessie. A concert at the ranch? I think you and the widow have gone too far this time. Jessie had a point, but Earl had to calm him down before the whole thing blew up in his face. Jessie, I do whatever the widow asks of me. I know where my pay comes from, but don't none of that matter no more, said Earl as he pointed off into the distance. They're here, Jessie. They're here. Concert-goers began showing up in droves, and it only took a couple of hours to completely fill the valley, where the stage was set, to capacity. When the news helicopters began flying over, Earl turned to Jessie. I don't know about this, Jess, said Earl. What did I tell you, Earl? Jessie said full of gloat. This thing is going to be a mess. Earl nodded his head in agreement. Yeah, Jess, this thing is shaping up to be a true debacle. Returning to his usual deference, Jessie asked, What are we going to do now? A tightness formed in Earl's chest and his mouth went bone dry. He didn't know what to say, but even if it wasn't good news, he had to say something for Jessie's benefit. Jess, I'm afraid there ain't much we can do. We're boxed in. Give me some time, Jessie. I'll think of something. Jessie knew that Earl was good for his word, but still, he was skeptical. The crowd began to erupt when the stretch limo carrying the band bucked its way down the walls of the valley. And as soon as the band started up, a mosh pit formed in front of the stage. Earl and Jessie watched as the whole spectacle unfolded before their eyes. Chaos and debauchery had overtaken their valley. Earl sat up high on Tego and turned to Jessie. There ain't but one thing left to do here, and it ain't going to be pretty. Well, what is it? Asked Jessie. Never you mind, Jessie, said Earl with a gruffness in his voice. I'll handle this. Jessie sat petrified as Earl spurred Tego into a full gallop from the ridge and straight to the mosh pit. When he had got to the edge of the stage, he stood on Tego's back and dove head first into the pit. Jessie watched from a distance as Earl became engulfed in the pit. Jessie let out a yell wilder than a cornered mountain lion as he put the spurs to Star and tore off down the ridge like a runaway freight train. He rode straight for the heart of the mosh pit. Just as Earl had done, Jessie dove off the back of Star and into the pit. He was engulfed in seconds. The Cowboys fought long and hard for 3 nights and 2 days before the mosh pit disbanded. They had saved the ranch, and the widow had made a tidy sum. And for their efforts, the widow loaded an extra 20 onto their Walmart gift cards. The Cowboys were grateful at the widow's generosity, and Jessie would never again question her motives.
Do not hasten to bid me adieu.